Hey guys, it's me, Shay again. So this is the first real video where I'm going to discuss a problem in that is observed in men, and this is going to be a little bit attacky, and it may not be the easiest to consume, but I think difficult conversations are long overdue. Um, so, just to reiterate how this is going to go, I'm going to define the problem that is observed, and then I'm going to discuss how it shows up in interpersonal relationships, and then hypothesize about how it's caused in men and women, and kind of compare like how women exposed to similar circumstances, women either develop or don't develop certain problems, and then my suggestions on how to solve them. Obviously, this is not a clinical diagnosis. I am completely non-qualified for this, but I do believe that as individuals, we have a civic duty. I don't know if the word civic is the right word to use, but I do believe that we have a duty to discuss more and more problems. And yeah, sure, it should be under the guidance of mentors and qualified and educated people. But I don't think there is. I don't think we're approaching more professionals enough when it comes to these problems. Anyway, so the topic for today is misogyny. Um, so I had this young boy who sent me a message with the question, how do I know if I'm a misogynist? And it's a super valid question, and I believe that it deserves an answer. Um, okay, so I have my notes in front of me. So if it kind of feels like I'm reading, if I'm reading stuff, I am reading something, basically. I hope it doesn't come across as like um, inauthentic. But yeah, or scripted, but it is scripted, so it should. Anyway, yeah, so I want to discuss the definition of misogyny to begin with. Basically, it just means you like the hate of women. It means being repulsed or disgusted by women. It means disliking them to a point where you can't stand them and you feel really grossed out, or you feel anger and hatred towards women. A lot of the times this happens because there is no a lot of the times there is no basis for this particular hate. Maybe it's a learned thing, or maybe sometimes it also happens when you like kind of hate one woman, and then you like, and that amount of hate or that experience is so significant that you start labeling the entire gender based on how you feel about one woman. Maybe there's like one really terrible woman who's done something really bad, and then you go like, oh my gosh, all women are like this. So it does. There are some problems with this, and why it's an issue. Why misogyny is an issue. It really limits your emotional capacity for intimacy, not just between males and females, but like it the world the world's population is built up on half of it being female. So you're going through life just hating a whole part of the population, and it's very often unjustified to have so much hate for like an entire group of people without really acknowledging that there are nuances, and maybe one out of like a whole group of people is like a bad person. It fuels violence, and I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think it's good at all to be aggressive and violent towards women. But yeah, let's move on. So what does it look like? What does misogyny look like? Right, so what does misogyny look like? The first point that I've noted down is women aggravate you, they piss you off. You think they're less intelligent than men and they're less capable of developing skills. The main idea is that men consider women inferior. That is the definition of, that is the root thought process behind this. So an interesting thing is you might find yourself being angry or disappointed when a girl child is born in your family, and you might presume that people kind of want, like a couple might want a male child by default, and you might even find in conversations that the people are suggesting that, oh, you can try again, like a couple that has just had a baby could try again, and the next time, if you're hopeful enough, you might have a male child. This kind of points towards the fact that maybe, like, you don't think it's a blessing, or you think it's kind of like a curse that a female child is born. You believe women don't have anything smart to say and they probably should shut up. That again is a sign that it's possible that you don't think that women have the mental capacity to say anything of value. You think a lot of the things that women say is just sort of like bullshit, and they're always talking, and they're not really saying anything interesting, and they should probably just let the men speak. If this is something that resonates with you, this is an issue. You think that, okay, this one's a pretty bad one. You think that women are going to get stalked and harassed because they kind of go out at night, they dress provocatively, they've got a ton of makeup on, they're posting selfies, they enjoy like attention, and they want attention, and of course it's expected that they're gonna get, harassed or stalked, or even the R word. You think that modern women deserve to get R worded, particularly because of the fact that they're promiscuous now and they're more open to intimate relations with more people. You believe that hitting women, screaming at them, punishing them when they're wrong, is justified, and when they make you angry, it's kind of expected and normal to sort of have a reaction towards them, an aggressive, violent reaction. That's normal. Okay, this one's a controversial one apparently. You believe that having a wife means you should not worry about housework. She'll cook for you, she'll clean for you, she'll fix the children, she obviously has to have children with you. You think that by default it means that having a wife or being in a relationship means that she alleviates a lot of your burden. This one's a common one I hear a lot, or I read and I see a lot on the internet. You believe that she has to be pure or a virgin. You should be her first intimate experience. Okay, that one was something that people often say that, like, is their preference, they should have it, but it goes beyond a preference. It's sort of like, okay, if you're a virgin, that means you're a good woman, and if you're not a virgin, that means you're a bad woman. That's when it falls into like a poor category, like a bad category. Okay, here's an interesting one. You believe that women are too emotional, too dramatic, and always trying to play the victim, and oftentimes they lie about the experiences that they have. It's not possible. You don't believe that it. If you don't believe that it's possible that every woman has experienced, every woman that says that she has experienced some sort of intimate harassment, physical harassment, is probably an exaggeration. You think that maybe not all women, like, whoever's saying that is getting catcalled, stalked, and molested and stuff. It's a rare occurrence, and most women are just like saying it because someone else is saying it, and it fuels and it supports that argument that women are victims. You also think that periods probably don't hurt that much. and childbirth is like super normal and it should be easy, and since biologically women are capable of doing it, it is their duty to do it, and it's something that they should just get over and do anyway. um, okay, here's another thing. You don't believe that women are capable of having true friendships, they're not loyal, and it's super easy for women to change their loyalties. You expect that women are very, very easy to sway, and a richer, hotter guy can easily take away a woman from her husband or her partner, whatever. You believe that women are lazy and they just don't want to work, they just want to sit on their butts and like use their husband's money. That might also point that at the fact that you might have an inferior concept of women at large. This is everything that I am mentioning is like a generalization of, is a misogynist's generalization of how women are perceived to them. Okay, you feel that women should be less educated, less powerful, less assertive. You feel that younger, thinner, smaller, poorer women are easier to handle, and women who are at higher positions, powerful women, are too difficult to be around. You prefer that a smaller, quieter woman would be your partner. This points at the fact that you might prefer to have like a lesser partner, and you would like to feel more powerful, but it has to be your female partner has to be a lesser entity. Okay, that was pretty difficult for me to say. Oh, this is an interesting thing. You feel uncomfortable, a misogynist would feel uncomfortable serving a woman. You presume that a woman should always serve men, and women, for example, women eat after men do. You would always feel if you would always feel comfortable asking women to do menial jobs before you ask men. For example, you would presume that it's acceptable for women to, say, for example, wash her husband's underwear by hand, but like if the roles were switched and a man was asked to wash a woman's underwear by hand, it would be sort of insulting and offensive. Yeah. And then, okay, this is a pretty bad one, but recently we observed that that on these like NSFW sites where they show physical intimacy, the industry, we've seen a lot of Indian men Googling or looking up videos of women getting assaulted, and getting some sort of pleasure out of it. Yeah, that's when you get pleasure out of seeing women being treated poorly by men. That's pretty sus. Okay, you believe female bodies are disgusting, periods are dirty, and women should not enter temples when they're menstruating. Female genitalia is dirty. Touching them or giving oral intimacy is quite repulsive to you, but at the same time, you wouldn't mind as a male to receive it. That's pretty sus. Okay, you don't believe that women enjoy physical intimacy. They just do it because they biologically and socially have to. You believe that you are owed physical intimacy by your partner. Her saying no is irritating, and it's kind of scammy that like why should she say no? Because she should say yes. That's the point of a relationship. If you believe that, then yeah, kind of sus. Oh, and of course, you think it's understandable when men cheat on their pregnant wives because she is not able to, because sometimes she isn't able to physically do intimacy, perform intimacy. Oh, this one's a good one. You believe that feminine, softer, gentler men and trans women are disgusting and it's okay when they're bullied. So, say for example, gay men, right? You think it's funny when you crack jokes, when people crack jokes about them and sort of in a way, and use them as comedic relief. Yeah, not cool. Okay, this one's a bit difficult for me to say, and I'm sure it's going to be uncomfortable for people to hear as well. But you develop arousal. Let's say you get aroused towards women you should not be aroused for. For example, sisters, mothers, family members, because you find that women are only good for physical intimacy and you're not able to see them as anything more than physical a physical body or an objective or an object, that a sex object, and you think that their bodies are only for pleasure. So this is something that, ow, my knee just cracked. Okay, so the next one is you compare women and put them in categories as marriage material or not, breedable or not. For example, white women are better than brown women. Modern women are only good for a hookup, and traditional women are marriageable women. Trad wives, submissive women are better than career women, and so on. This goes beyond your personal preference and is more on the lines of determining a woman's worth based on your beliefs of them. Yeah, that's not good. And lastly, you believe that women lose their worth after they get pregnant and when they get older, because they're not generically desirable anymore. They're not conventionally desirable anymore. You believe that women's body should remain attractive and perky, and their parts should always remain tight. And if they don't, they're of no use to you. It's like, whatever, like, just, they're not even a category that you would consider. Okay, so this is going to be the first part of the video, and I'm going to stop this in a second. But these are a few beliefs that point to the fact that you might think, if you resonate with this, it might point to the fact that you might think very lowly of women, and it's possible that you might be a misogynist. Or if any of these thought processes or these mentalities or beliefs resonate with someone that you know, that you can identify in someone else, yeah, you might have spotted a misogynist. And it's super, super important for us to address this as an urgent problem, because this is really bad for society, and it also means that we're going to raise the next generation to be super vulnerable of this, and it's easy to fall into this mentality. Again, let me reiterate, this is not a clinical diagnosis. I have no authority to speak on this topic at all, but these are some things that I've noticed. I apologize if this was a very haphazard sort of video. It may or may not make a whole lot of sense, but if it does, just let me know. If it does not, just let me know. My next videos, I will accommodate more. Okay, so in my next video, what I'm going to talk about is, where does this mentality come from? How is it born? And how do women develop or not develop this? All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Love you. Bye.